Hey, peace, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Shantae Maria, just back with another video. And today, of course, we gotta talk about Sesame Street, or AKA the new Sundown Town. Like, if y'all don't know what that is, y'all know what Sundown Towns is. I live in Ohio. We have plenty here. Trust me. Towns where you don't want to get caught in. That's when the sun goes down. Because it gets real, and it still exists. It definitely still exists. Y'all ever wonder why, as Black parents, a lot of our parents like, oh, you need to come in or be on the block, be on the porch before the street lights come on? And it's the reason behind that. It's the reason behind that, because a lot of our parents grew up in the South, and if you were caught outside past a certain time, your future was unpredictable. You don't know what could have happened to you. So the fact that it's not funny, let me, y'all know I kind of laugh a lot and I play a lot. It's really not funny. It's actually sad. But just to know that people are comparing Sesame Street to Sundown Towns, it got real. And if you have not been familiar with it, let me roll some clips. I'm gonna play some, probably I'm gonna post some screenshots on the side. Y'all know how to, but we gonna roll some clips so y'all can see, so y'all know I ain't tripping. Okay, here we go.
Two newly released videos show of Sesame Street plays character, Rosita, ignoring more black kids after giving attention to white kids.
Oh, it wasn't part of it? I thought it was part of it. No. That's why I ain't even focused on it.
It's okay, Big Bird.
Hey! Hey, hey! Who said it's okay, Big Bird?
That girl that was never on the front.
Hey! He wanted a down.
Right.
He wanted the hot bomb. Yeah, he really did. Get a hug, Mom? Well, go stand over there and see what happens.
Okay, so we wrote the clips. Y'all saw what y'all needed to see, right? Y'all saw what y'all needed to see. And so basically what's been going on in the world of Sesame Street, actually Sesame Place in Philly is where it started, and Sesame Street put out a whole statement. First, they put out a statement. Okay, first of all, let me digress, because y'all know I just have a way of jumping all over the place. But basically, you see the little two pretty girls, two beautiful black girls went to Sesame Place, and they do like this parade or whatever. It's in Philly. And clearly you saw old girl with the pink book bag. Her heart was like, I just wanted to go up and hug her. Oh my God, if I could hug her, I would, like, oh my God. But you see Rosita, who's supposed to actually be like, you know, a little, you know, Mexican or whatever, like, clearly ignore her. Ignore the sisters. But went up and hugged somebody else. Sesame Street originally put out, you know, a statement saying, oh, it wasn't like that. They can't really see because, I mean, they gave two disclaimers. It was like, oh, she said, no, she can't hold the baby because someone's asking to hold the baby in the background. But the kids were not asking to be, they wanted to hug anything. Even if you don't want to hug them, give them a high five or something. They just wanted to be acknowledged. And so into that, they were saying like, oh, because of the costume, sometimes people don't realize how it is, but sometimes they can't see below them. But clearly you saw her hug someone the exact same height as the little girls. And it happened, you know, so Black Twitter and the Black community was like, hold up, because same thing happened to my kid. And it was just not just in Philly. This was happening all over with these Sesame Street characters where they would acknowledge white kids and ignore Black babies. And it's like, okay, so there must be something going on. Because first I was like, well, you know, I'm taking my kids to stuff like that. And I know they can't just touch, greet, hug, high five every child in the crowd. That would be impossible with all these hundreds of thousands of children out there, even though they weren't like right in the front. But still, even right in the front, like, you probably can't, because you got to go back and forth from this side, that side, you know, you got it. So first I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt, just because you know, I'm a mom, I have 2 kids. And I'm like, okay, I'm taking them to events like that. I know sometimes they just cannot get to every child. But when you're looking at these videos, they are literally on purpose skipping Black kids. So there is definitely something there. And not only that, but the 2 interactions that I showed y'all. Now, Bert did slap somebody. Whatever the little purple dude, I don't even know what his name is. He done bumped somebody's baby and made her fall. Like, so, but y'all hugging these other kids, embracing them or whatever, except for the Black babies. Now it's getting interesting. Now it might be something there. Mind you, what one of my friends pointed out to me today, and I feel like I probably knew it back in my mind, but might have got lost. Because when you really look at Sesame Street, but Sesame Street was literally what created in 1969, and it was created for urban children in New York. And when you know urban, like, we know what they mean. Like, literally, it was really made for African American kids. Just look at the time it was made in the 60s, and we know, if you are American, we know what was going on in the 60s. So to see a show catered to Black children, you talking about in a ghetto of New York. I mean, even to this day, if you watch Sesame Street or you have children, I grew up watching Sesame Street and Barney, but I grew up in Teletubbies. Oh my God. But definitely was a fan of Sesame Street. So, you know, it was like an ethnic neighborhood. They also, I mean, they had a plethora of people that would show up on the show, but it started to represent Black people and to give children basically like representation on TV. So, and they're growing up in, you know, in a Black neighborhood in New York. So to know this was the origin, it was started by Black people, and it was the origin to represent us. So now it's starting to become whitewash. And now y'all starting to be racist towards little Black babies. It's unacceptable to me. Like, I'm not gonna lie, looking at some of these Black kids and the disappointment on their face, I wanted to just go through this freaking phone and be like, what up? Now, my son, I will, you know, play devil's advocate here a little bit, but it's probably very different because, mind you, I was born and raised in Detroit, the blackest city in America, right? We have the most black people per capita in this city, the blackest city in America. So when they have events in Detroit, you know, a lot of times it's gonna be a lot of black folks. It's gonna be a lot of us. So I took my oldest son because he loved Elmo. This had to been 2012, 2013. My son is 11 at this point. He was born in 2011. So he had to been maybe 1 or 2. Can't really remember. I tried to find the videos. I found pictures, but I know for a fact Bert and Ernie hugged him. And I feel like I got that on camera, but I don't know if it was so far back in the day. You know, like I didn't have an iPhone back then. So I have pictures that like are on my social media or whatever. But I know I had caught a video of Bert and Ernie hugging him. But I also paid extra money for the meet and greet for him to meet the Sesame Street characters and interact with them and play with them. And mind you, this was at Detroit, at the Fox Theater. Now, my Detroiters know exactly where that is. Downtown Detroit, heart of Detroit. There's a lot of black kids there, a lot. And I think maybe after that he went with his daycare. On top of that, I didn't go with his daycare, but I personally took him one time. And I might insert some pictures or whatever. I to show y'all proof. I took my baby to see Sesame Street live. And everything was on the up and up. I will say during the show, we were maybe 6 rows from the stage. Like when I go to shows, I show out. Even for myself. Like if I go to a concert, I'm gonna sit in the back of a concert for it. Like I'm gonna sit in like as close to the front as I can afford. And I do the same with my children. So we were pretty close to the front of the stage. And I will say, when the show was starting, like the characters was running down the aisle, yada yada yada. Now I can't say they interacted with my son in, but I'm like, it's the middle of the show. I didn't think nothing of it. I was like, well, shoot, they high-fived him, hugged him, or whatever during the meet and greet. But I did pay for that experience. It wasn't just free. It wasn't just because we were there. We paid for that, and it was mainly black children. So, I don't know. But what's going on right now, if I had younger kids, my kids are older and they are not watching Sesame Street anymore. They are like, yeah, they want to see the new Jordan Peele movie. That's where my kids at, you know. But if I did have a child, or if I have another child, you know, I would definitely be boycotting. I definitely would. And I know in our community that is so hard to do. People don't do that anymore. I think things changed back in the day because our parents boycotted them. I know my mom did. You know, I speak very highly of my mother, but she was around when they boycotted the bus movement, you know, Rosa Parks, and shit got changed because they legit was like, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. But I know us, unfortunately, y'all Negroes ain't gonna do it. Y'all still gonna send y'all kids to Sesame Street live and all that stuff. Whatever. It is what it is. It's the sad truth of our generation. Y'all like convenience. A lot of y'all not gonna agree with this whole video. But if it was me and I had young children, it wouldn't be no more Elmo, wouldn't be no more Sesame Street. We ain't going to Sesame Street live. We ain't doing none of that. Ain't no Tickle Me. I'm like, my son had Tickle Me Elmo, all of that. He was in love. Like, we were Sesame Street overload, in particular, Elmo, you know. And I feel like at this point, I'm going to need Elmo. I'm going to need Big Bird, Cookie Monster, Oscar the Grouch, and Bert and Ernie. The favorites. The iconics of what children love. I'm gonna need them to hold a press conference. I'm gonna need them to come up here. Explain what the fuck y'all doing. Okay? What y'all doing? And how y'all gonna change this? Because if it was me, It's canceled. We can do, I don't know what we're going to do in the hood. I don't know, but we can make something on the east side of Detroit like they did in New York. And we can make our own little Muppets and puppets or whatever. You know, like, Detroit got some characters. We can make, if y'all know Chris Brown, we can turn him into a puppet or a Muppet for real. He's iconic in the city. I don't give a fuck how y'all feel about him. Yeah, we can get Chris. Now, it ain't Chris Breezy, the singer, but we got our own Chris Brown, okay? So turn him into something iconic, cause he been around forever. And we got some people in our neighborhood where kids love them and we love them, and it's all love when we pass them or whatever. The city show them love, complete love. Like, we can start our own something. Like, come on. Y'all gotta tell me we are capable of doing it. And we can make it go global. Let me know if y'all with me. Probably some of y'all ain't with me. Some of y'all gonna look at me like I'm crazy. But I'm for real. I'm for real. But seriously, this is that. Just looking at the babies' faces, like, cause if y'all did that to me, my east side would have came out 6 Mile. Oh, she would have came out, cause you're not about to ignore my son. First of all, I hated this when my children were younger. Even with Ethan. Ethan is 8, and people don't ignore. My kids are huge, so it's kind of hard to ignore my kids, because I feel like if you ignore my kids, you are ignoring my kids on purpose. Not like, oh, I didn't see him, I didn't hear him. No, my oldest son is bigger than me. My youngest son is dang near as big as me. There is no way. So Ethan tells dad jokes. He has this thing where we go to the movies, we go out to eat, we go shopping. He wants to cheer people up. So people that work in service, my youngest son, he is such a sweetheart. My oldest son is kind of like me. It's a Taurus in us. And we're really reserved. So we just kind of be, hey, bye, whatever. We don't really talk too much, you know, to people we don't know. I know it sounds weird because I do YouTube. But we don't really talk too much to people we don't know. But my youngest son is like a ball of energy. He's a Gemini. He'll talk to anybody. He will talk to anybody. And he will tell you a joke. He will literally, at the cash register or whatever, tell you a joke. So with him, he's always been like that. So if you ignore my son, you can't hear my baby talking to you? Like, he's old enough now that people literally listen to him. They're like, oh, okay, what you want to tell me? You want to tell me a joke? People Sunday will like crack up, because his dad jokes are kind of hilarious. Like the last joke he told, where did we go? I think we went out to eat. I think we were getting something to eat. And he told the lady at the cash register, like, oh, you want to hear a joke? Just like, yeah, sure. You know, I can tell she was kind of like short with him a little bit. But what did he say? Did you want to know what do meat, I don't know, what do meat eaters freshen a breath with or something, or what do carnivores or whatever, dinosaurs, maybe it was that, what do carnivores use to freshen a, I think that's what do carnivores use to freshen a breath? And she's like, okay, well, I don't know. And she was like, see me short with him. I'm like, okay, whatever, little boy. And he was like, Mentos, carnivores, Mentos, you know? And she just started cracking up. And she's like, it was actually very funny. And she's like, it made her day. But that's the type of person my son is. He's been like that since a little kid. So if you ignore my son, I mean, he's still a little kid, but I mean, as a little baby, he's always trying to make people laugh. So at 8 years old, and he's damn near, gotta be what? I'm 5'9". He's probably like 5'6" at this point. My oldest is 5'9" as well. But yeah. Anyways, I brag on my babies, but it was funny. So if y'all need a new dad joke, there y'all go. Anyways, but this is Sesame Street Gate, because the hell is going on. I will see you guys. I will see you guys on the next one. Good night. or good morning or good afternoon whenever y'all watching this. Peace. Oh, if you watch this far, you should be subscribed and like, thumbs up, and subscribe, and also put on those notification bells. Thank you. Bye.